time again. It doesn't a week go by fast. It's an action-packed week. Surely, oh, hey Instagram, it's me, T from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. It's been an action-packed week, like I was saying, and since I say it's a week, that means the week's been going. Let me put it this way: it's a Sunday, which means usually earlier I was at Johnny's. And, don't worry about that part. But it's a reading day. I read to you on Sundays. And lately I've been reading Tagore, the great Indian writer, poet. Somebody recommended me that I read a thing called The Postman as part of a short story, something like that. Too. I've heard about it, I think. But I've been reading out of this volume here, so I'm just going to keep on going. I'm here until beginning of May, but it's got a lot of weeks to go, so I'm preoccupied. But anything can happen, things change. Anyway, reading from this book from Tagore, Gita Jadi, well, it's a book. You ain't gonna pick it up. Maybe you are. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say what you're not gonna do. Anyway, this is page 20. It's 21. I guess I picked it because it's right after 3. Who knows why I picked it? And it goes. Oh, let me. I'm hanging out with my. What do you call that? My DGI setup. I'm experimenting with see if it actually works. Not works, but see if it actually will. If I can work with it, let's put it that way. Who knows, man? Oh, come on, thing. I'm pressing a button. Let's do something. Man, I hate this. Technology. I'll just give it up, man. Let me just leave it alone. That flashing red. I'll leave it alone. Let me turn it off. I'll work with it some other time. Okay, so I'm wasting a lot of time. Oh, here we go. I must launch out my boat. The languid hours pass by on the shore, alas for me. The spring has done its flowering and taken leave. And now, with the burden of faded, futile flowers, I wait and linger. The waves have become clamorous, and upon the bank in the shady lane, the yellow leaves flutter and fall. What emptiness do I gaze upon? Do you not feel a thrill passing through the air with the notes of the far-away song floating from the other shores? And that's appropriate for what's happening these days. There's stuff happening all around. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? It's interesting. My spiritual advisor, I send stuff to people. The only people that actually listen to me on a consistent basis is like my spiritual advisor, Mr. Totally. Well, he has to, for a number of reasons. Sometimes my wife tunes in. Then, of course, we have Ian tunes in. A few other people. So at the most, I got like 9 people. Cam, she does. She's doing some project. I don't have to ask her about that. I got about 9 people that do it. And that's all I need. I only need like 3, but got 9. Aren't I lucky? And because I don't ask for no shares, likes, and all that stuff that you'll be doing, the modern world, then it makes life pretty simple. So, anyway, I'll look this up. So because of that, sometimes people, they send me stuff. So I was saying something, and then, my spiritual advisor, he says, I said, the young people got it. I can go on. I can do what I'm doing, because otherwise I'd be occupied doing what everybody else is doing. They're protesting this, railing against that, whatever have you. And then I'm going like, there's other things happening in the world. Let me concentrate on that. By the time people get to what I'm concentrating on in the world, then, well, I would have paved the way. I would have some answers That's what I do. Okay. So he really said, man, them young people, I'm tired. I don't want to deal with them no more. And I'm going like, that's interesting. I understand his point. He's right. But when I first went to, at this postgraduate work at the University of Fort Hare, the University of Fort Hare is known for a lot of things, but better days of apartheid, that's where they made all the black people and colored people go to that one university. So they first said, University of Fort Hare's got this great. So, well, everybody's forced to go there. We won't get into it. But everybody, Bishop Tutu, Z.K. Matthews, a bunch of. I think even Telvin Becky went to the precursor, whatever, the feeder college of University of Fort Hare, which is Lovedale College. A lot of people went through there. Robert McGarvey went to Fort Hare. A bunch of people went to Fort Hare, right? And Nelson Mandela got kicked out of Fort Hare. But one of the most notable people was Mangaliswa Robert Sobukwe. And you know about him, well, you know about him because he's the one that started the whole passbook thing and whatever. You don't hear, he was never recorded or something like that, so you don't know, but he has writings, right? And I read one of the writings that he had there, something he had there. The reason why I call him Mangaliswa Robert Sobukwe because he signed the thing, initialed it M.R.S. He didn't say Robert Sobukwe, he's M.R.S. His first name, Mangaliswa Robert Sobukwe. So everybody says Robert Sobukwe. I say Mangaliswa Robert Sobukwe because that's when I read the thing at the end, that's how he initialed his thing. That's how it is, right? But one of the things, one of the many things I read about when he went, he was a little older student. You know what I mean? He was older than the rest. Say the mean age is say 20. You know what I mean? He was like in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, something like that. I better look that up. I shouldn't be talking like no, I should know this. Anyway, but they used to call him professor because he was. They used to call him professor on campus, even though he was a student, right? And I was on campus. They called me professor too. I guess older students do that. Anyway, so. But one of the things he complained, I said, basically you say, y'all party too much. That's what you said. And then I was thinking, so when my supervisor, when David sent that to me, and I was thinking about that, I said, you know something? It's interesting because I don't think the percentages change throughout whatever's happening, the movement that goes on. There's only a certain percentage of people that actually do the movement. In fact, somebody had said as low as it only takes 3% to start a movement. They got to be a dedicated 3%, but it's 3%. Some people always say it takes 10% to start a movement, whatever they say. But I believe in it 3%. Because that's just the way it is. In any given epoch, in any given time period, there's only certain people that's really doing stuff. Everybody else, when the bandwagon is done, that's when they sort of jump on it. So interesting with all this stuff with the Super Bowl halftime show. So when the 3%, they sort of swell their ranks, and with the advent of internet and stuff like that, you got all these mashups, and then you can pick basically, you can go through all that storm, the complaints on the side. What they call what did Tagore say? What did Tagore say it was? Do you not feel the thrill passing through the air with the notes of far away song floating from other shores? So these far away songs are coming. They're far away, internet, whatever have you, but they're powerful. They're powerful, say 3%. I shouldn't say percent like that, but they're powerful like that. And they're the ones that are going to push us through. So that's what I got out of that reading. See, that's the other thing. When you read something, you basically bring your own thing into it. I have this whole thing. What got me? I used to say a long time ago. What got me out of the South Bronx was my reading. Sure, reading acumen. Sure, some sort of lucky. Well, it was really acumen because they started studying us in like 4th grade. They took a bunch of us that were, we weren't the best, the brightest students, right? We wasn't the dumbest students, right? But what we were is we were, these words followed me around when I was young, a lot. Potential, right? So they sort of studied from 4th grade, from 9 years old. And then when we got to 5th and 6th grade, they said, when we graduated, when we got to junior high school, they started putting us in these special, classes, And then they really started to study us. And then when we went to high school, they put us in a thing called college discovery, right? This is the precursor to Sikh. And so I'm trying to say those people that went to college, early college that paved the way for the Sikh program. This is New York I'm talking about. The program that got these people, because those people, we weren't special. We were like the potentials, but they didn't even do anything to us. They just put us together, and we sort of found each other. That's what's happening with the internet. You're finding your 3%, you know, and some are so profound. You say, wow, hey, I'm like that. That's just like me. I can understand that, and so to encourage you. So I think that's what's happening right now. The percentages hasn't changed. It's just that it's easier to find other people like you. People like you. Those other people are not like us. They're like you. Find yourself. But to find yourself first, you have to know yourself. When I say find yourself for other people, what the movement is, and then you'll see what happens. Okay, that's it for Sunday. Hey, talk to you another time. Bye. See you.